Good morning, all. My
Good
name
morning.
is Eric. I'm from the News Agency of Nigeria. Colleagues, before us we have a coalition of civil society organizations.
Good morning, gentlemen of the press. My name is Dr. Nwambu Gabriel, the Director General, Center for Credible Leadership and Citizens Awareness. The Center for Credible Leadership and Citizens Awareness, like he rightly said, is interested in credible leadership as it affects Nigeria. We are watching with very keen interest the unfolding events as it affects Nigerian states, as it affects the National Assembly, and then as a coalition of about 92 CSOs and non-governmental organizations, we decided to address you this morning on our position. So I read for the coalition now. Now, this is the independence. It is titled The Independence and Sovereignty of the Parliament, a wise counsel for the President-elect, Senator Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Our coalition has been observing with keen interest the grouping and regrouping, the horse trading, lobbying, power play associated with the elections of the Senate President, Deputy Senate President, Speaker, and Deputy Speaker of the 10th National Assembly, respectively. The major function of the civil society is to essentially act as the watchdog of the society. In other words, remaining docile at this critical time of our democratic trajectory would amount to allowing old mistakes of the past, which has retarded our democracy till date, to keep repeating itself. On Monday, the 8th of May 2023, was climaxed by a melancholy alleged to have emanated from the National Working Committee of a particular political party, allotting some principal positions in the Senate and House of Representatives to some individuals. This announcement has been hit with swift resistance from most member-elects of the 10th National Assembly, as they believe that such announcements amount to imposition of candidates, thereby usurping the powers of the parliament, undermining its sovereignty and independence of the legislature. For those who crafted the word democracy and indeed separations of power, the idea is to have an independent arm of government called the legislature for the purpose of providing checks and balances in such a manner to avoid the concentration of powers in one body, as this will lead to usurp of political powers, and consequently it will degenerate to dictatorship, tyranny, and oppression. Now, the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 as amended is superior to every other document, including the Senate and House rules, respectively. Now, let's look at it this way. Section 50, subsection 1A and 1B is simple, unambiguous, and clear. This provision states that there shall be a president and deputy president of the Senate who shall be elected by the members of the House from amongst themselves. And then B, that there shall be a speaker and deputy speaker of the House of Representatives, who shall be elected by the members of the House from amongst themselves. This simply implies that any other person or group of persons nominating principal officers for both houses other than the representatives themselves is null, void, and unconstitutional. Therefore, this amounts to an aberration which tantamounts to usurping the powers of the legislatures, thereby exposing the fragile democracy of Nigeria to jeopardy. Ladies and gentlemen, we cannot be talking about a new Nigeria where things are done the right way and we are still seeing the imposition of candidates in our legislature's principal offices. If the president-elect wants to win the support and interests of Nigerians, then he should be seen to be doing the right thing differently from the old ways to a new Nigeria. Again, during the APC primary election last year, several prominent Nigerians purchased the nomination forms, including the outgoing Vice President of Nigeria, Vice President Yemi Osinbajo, and then even the current or the outgoing Senate President, Senator Ahmed Lawan. They all purchased the nomination forms for the APC. So at a time, some persons even anointed the Senate President as the consensus candidate. This received very stiff resistance, opposition, and condemnation from several quarters. A level playing ground was provided by President Muhammadu Buhari, and then this consequently led Senator Ahmed Bola Tinubu to contest that election against all odds, and then he won landslide because a level playing ground was provided. As civil society organizations, therefore, we appeal to the president-elect to toe the same line of honor that produced him as the candidate of his political party, and also we wish to urge the president-elect the same manner he has won and became the president-elect of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, because level playing ground is provided, he should also provide a level playing ground by allowing the legislatures to do their jobs as provided by the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So by this medium, also, we wish to urge the president-elect to be very wary of some anti-democratic forces around him who are only trying to cajole him to interfere in the function exclusively provided for the legislatures by the Nigerian Constitution. These merchants of anti-democratic forces are hiding under the guise of Mr. President-elect to do their own personal and selfish biddings, which is inimical to our nation's democracy. Finally, we hereby advise the President-elect, Senator Bola Ahmed Tinubu, to toe the line of honor and provide a level playing ground for the legislators to perform their functions as provided by Section 50, subsection 1A and B, as provided by the 1999 Constitution as amended, Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Hugo Okafo. In order to buttress the point being made here today, ours is a word of caution. We as a civil society, we are not partisan. We want the society to move forward. And we learn from mistakes. If we recall 2015, what happened was exactly what is played out today. And we all know, we all witnesses to how it turned out. And even in 2019, similar thing happened. And that was how we got a Senate, and in fact, the National Assembly, where people termed it as a rubber stamp. We don't want such National Assembly in this present time. We urge the President-elect to allow the National Assembly to select or elect their leadership. We have 3 arms of government. Don't impose whoever you want to do your bidding to the National Assembly. Let the National Assembly elect whoever they want. In Latin, we call it premius inter pares, first among equal. Let them elect their leadership, so that at the end of the day, they will all make Nigeria great. It's not a situation you want somebody that will do your bidding to go to another arm of government to be the head. And that is why we are crying out today to let reason reign and let the Senator Ahmed Bola Tinubu, who is the president-elect, to allow the National Assembly, the 10th National Assembly, to elect their leadership.
You see, as civil society organizations, we are not interested in who emerges as the speaker or deputy speaker or the Senate president or deputy Senate president respectively, as the case may be. Our interest is that there is a provision in the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Now, the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria is a document that is superior to every other document, either the House rules or the Senate rules. The Constitution of Nigeria is superior to either or both of them. Now, we are saying that since it is a constitutional provision that the president-elect or the political party for which the president belongs should allow, reason to thrive, should allow the Constitution to be executed to the letter. We are saying that an interference in the process of election of a speaker or deputy speaker or a Senate president or deputy Senate president would amount to usurping the power that was ab initio meant for the National Assembly. That an imposition of power, would degenerate Nigeria to dictatorial tendencies. It's going to lead to tyranny and oppression. It's going to bring to mockery the principles of separation of power. What we are saying essentially is that in order to conform with the provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, it is pertinent that all politicians, all political parties, and the president-elect allow the Constitution to be executed to the letter so that Nigeria will not be a mockery in the history of nations. I want to tell you something. Anybody who emerges as the Senate president or the Speaker of the House of Representatives, it has very grave consequences. The idea is that it has security implications. The international community is also watching Nigeria. They're also trying to see the body language of Mr. President. Mr. President-elect has not made any utterance. All people have been saying are speculations. The only body that has come up by issues that could be said to be in position of political candidate is the political party for which Mr. President belongs, and they are not denying it. So what we are saying essentially is that it is an aberration for any political party to superimpose or to impose, forcefully individuals against the wish and will of the members-elect of the 10th National Assembly. And that is our position.